20 minutes later.
Alrighty, thanks for checking out my Build-A-Thon room. This one is the assistant voiceover. Please set your sound down comfortable enough for the complete experience. Enjoy, Franch. Hire the cat.
I can't believe it's finally time to reveal the lost artifact to the world. Just need to finish setting up a few things here.
Okay, place the artifact. Water bottle. Microphone, keypad. Okay.
I can never remember how to turn on these microphones. There must be a note around here somewhere.
The lost basket kit. I have a broom. Apple. Banana. Spray pan. Screwdriver. Gorilla glue. Duct tape. There's something back there. Microphone. I don't know if that would be the same thing as his luggage. Oh, 3, 2, 1. I knew there'd be something.
That's it. I'm all ready when you are.
Hello, are you people? You look like I'm playing Dynamite.
Is this thing on? Ah, yes. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to a night 5,000 years in the making. The lost Bastet cat has finally been found. I had a big speech planned for tonight, but first I think we should skip to what you've all been waiting for. Without further ado, I give to you the Bastet cat. Oh no. Oh no. Well, can we close the curtains? Can I get some more light? Find something for the rear. I need to fix this. Maybe something round? At least it won't be too visible. Oh no. How am I going to clean this up? Looks like the base and the head are still intact, but the rest of the body is ruined. I need to sweep this up. There's too many broken pieces here for me to put the cat back together. I wonder if I can find something else that could work. Doesn't really look like a cat yet. Maybe something curved for the back? Still doesn't look like a cat. Maybe I can stick something on the banana. This is starting to make me hungry. No, must focus. What could I use for the front legs?
Grab the fork.
Oh my goodness. I'm so going to get fired for this. This is ridiculous. So far this seems pretty solid, but I need something sticky on top of the apple. That should hold it. Now, what can I use for the neck? All that's left to do now is put the head back on. That's not quite how I pictured it. I am totally getting fired. I need to at least try to make everything green again. Actually, I think that looks pretty good. Maybe they won't even notice. I guess it's time to cover this up and find out. Here. You can kill the extra lights and open the curtains back up. And we're back. Sorry for that brief interruption, folks. We had some very minor technical difficulties back there, but everything is quite all right now. Where were we? Oh yes, it's time for the big reveal. Drum roll, please. Without further ado, I give to you the Bastet cat. For thousands of years, the Bastet cat was lost to time itself. Many said it would never see the light of day again, but as you can clearly see, but don't look too closely, there it is, the Bastet cat, good as new. Bastet was a goddess of ancient Egyptian religion, worshipped as early as the 2nd Dynasty, 2890 BCE. Her name also is rendered as Bast, Ubast, and Basset. In ancient Greek religion, she was known as Ailuros, meaning cat. Who's a good kitty? Bastet was worshipped as Bubastis in Lower Egypt, originally as a lioness goddess, a role shared by other deities such as Sekhmet. Eventually, Bastet and Sekhmet were characterized as two aspects of the same goddess, with Sekhmet representing the powerful warrior and protector aspect, and Bastet, who increasingly was depicted as a cat, representing a gentler aspect. Bastet, the form of the name that is most commonly adopted by Egyptologists today because of its use in later dynasties, is a modern convention offering one possible reconstruction. In early Egyptian hieroglyphs, her name appears to have been Bast. In Middle Egyptian writing, the second T marks a feminine ending, but usually was not pronounced, and the aleph may have been moved to a position before the accented syllable. By the first millennium, then, Bast would have been something like Ubast in Egyptian speech, later becoming Coptic Ubast. What the name of the goddess means remains uncertain. Names of ancient Egyptian deities often were represented as references to associations or with euphemisms, being cult secrets. One recent suggestion by Stephen Quirk of Ancient Egyptian Religion explains Bastet as meaning she of the ointment jar. This ties in with the observation that her name was written with the hieroglyph for ointment jar, Bas, and that she was associated with protective ointments, among other things. The name of the material known as alabaster might, through Greek, come from the name of the goddess. This association would have come about much later than when the goddess was a protective lioness goddess, however, and is useful only in deciphering the origin of the term alabaster. But I digress. Bastet was originally a fierce lioness warrior goddess of the sun, worshipped throughout most of ancient Egyptian history, but later she became the cat goddess that is familiar today. She then was depicted as the daughter of Ra and Isis, and the consort of Ta, with whom she had a son, Mahes? Does anyone know how to pronounce all these names?
No.
As protector of Lower Egypt, she was seen as defender of the king and consequently of the sun god Ra. Along with other deities such as Hathor, Sekhmet, and Isis, Bastet was associated with the Eye of Ra. She has been depicted as fighting the evil snake named Apep, an enemy of Ra. In addition to her solar connections, sometimes she was called Eye of the Moon. Bastet was also a goddess of pregnancy and childbirth, possibly because of the fertility of the domestic cat. Images of Bastet were often created from alabaster. There's that word again. The goddess was sometimes depicted as holding a ceremonial sistrum in one hand and an aegis in the other, the aegis usually resembling a collar or gorget, embellished with a lioness head. Is it gorget or gorget? Okay. Bastet was also depicted as the goddess of protection against contagious diseases and evil spirits. Bastet first appears in the 3rd millennium BCE, where she is depicted as either a fierce lioness or a woman with the head of a lioness. 2,000 years later, during the 3rd intermediate period of Egypt, circa 1070 to 712 BC, Bastet began to be depicted as a domestic cat or a cat-headed woman. Scribes of the New Kingdom in later eras began referring to her with an additional feminine suffix, as Bastet. The name change is thought to have been added to emphasize pronunciation of the ending T sound, often left silent. Cats in ancient Egypt were highly revered, partly due to their ability to combat vermin such as mice, rats, which threaten key food supplies, and snakes, especially cobras. Cats of royalty were, in some instances, known to be dressed in golden jewelry and were allowed to eat from the plates of their owners. Dennis C. Turner and Patrick Bateson estimate that during the 22nd dynasty, circa 945 to 715 BC, Bastet worship changed from being a lioness deity into being predominantly a major cat deity. Because domestic cats tend to be tender, that's cute. Because domestic cats tend to be tender and protective of their offspring, Bastet was also regarded as a good mother and sometimes was depicted with numerous kittens. Aww. I have a cat. Did you all know that? She's an orange tabby cat named Winnie. I like cats. At any rate, the native Egyptian rulers were replaced by Greeks during an occupation of ancient Egypt in the Ptolemaic dynasty that lasted almost 300 years. The Greeks sometimes equated Bastet with one of their goddesses, Artemis. Let's have one final round of applause for our guest of honor tonight, the Bastet Cat. Thank you very much. Good night.
Have it over. Is that it? That's it? Yay. Okay, Franch, that was a good little history lesson. Let's get this back to the museum. Well, I look forward to seeing more of the series, for sure.